Next, I have actually put a sample student website. Now, this is not required, but if you do this, you would get extra credit. This is e-technology again. Most companies these days are, if they are not embracing e-technology, like Barnes & Noble, they're going out of business. Look at Amazon. Embrace the new technology, embrace innovation. And if you have something like this, and I require this in a lot of my classes, but not on this, I mainly teach graduate level classes. That's going to help you get job. See, as you see, these are all audio lecture this student has done, but he has done 8 of them. You don't have to, you have to do 6. You want to see a sample final project. Again, this, I'm not going to say good or bad, but this is a sample one. And you can, the report, I'm going to come back to report. Actually, let me just tell you, when you do a report, you work in a team. So make sure when you write your report, if you copy any part of your report, I'm going to give you 0 grade. You need to, when you use references, you need to revise the references and write it with your own board. So that's why I ask, I don't want you to give me pages of pages. You give me 8 to 10 page or 12 maximum, team of 4, but give me quality, don't give me quantity. So it's a sample one, but this has some issues, you know, so, but it's one student, but you're going to be doing 4, giving me the same, you know, so the format is nice with introduction. Please pay attention to references. And one mistake here is the first reference should be reference 1, not reference 13. So first time you see a reference, reference 1. The second time you see a reference, reference 2. But make sure this information, none of this information that comes from reference is copied. If I find any copy material, copyright, especially in this class, watch the lecture on copyright issues. If you copyright violate, I would give you 0 on that part of the assignment. I want to emphasize, not a long report, but give me quality. Spend time, work in a team, learn how to work in a team. Give me a quality report that is your own board. 80% of your report from other sources, 20% from yourself. So final project is a guideline. So you click here. It tells you 8 to 10 pages single space. You can go up to 12 pages if you have a 4-member team. If you have 3 member, you can start from 2 to 4 member. Doesn't matter. I advise you, you know, so you don't have to say, oh, I have 2, I have to do less. No, I don't care. I suggest to have 3 or 4 members. You need to work with teams. Even though you don't like it, this is real life. Virtual environment, you know, Boeing, a lot of companies now work in teams to do a project. And you need to learn this thing. Companies are be asking you, have you worked in a virtual environment with other team members? You have to. So there are some issues. Make sure you carry your weight. At the end, your grade, which is 30% of your grade on this project, if you don't do your share and your teammate give you a lower grade, I would consider that. So not everybody on final project is going to get the same grade. I'm hoping you do your part and your teammate have no issue with you. But if they do, you need to let me know, and you have to evaluate each other. So make sure you carry your weight. There is 9 topics here. You can select any, but I'm open if you suggest other topic that is related to this class. So actually, I would like for you to maybe come up and say, oh, can I do my final project in this topic? But these are some of the latest topic. So run it by me, get my approval, and you can work. Now, guideline, very important. Final project, more than exam, tells me if you understood this class or not. Extremely important. This is what real life is about. So you're following the guideline on final project. See, 2-part. You see the sample one, but that was 1 student. You're going to be working. I'm expecting more. That's contribution from at least 10 sources, means you have to look at least 10 references. Some of the references could come from the suggested textbook here or any other references. You want to use latest reference, 2005 and up. Make sure you refer to the reference in body of your report. First time you see a reference is reference number 1, 2, 3, and so forth. You can use APA manual. I'm sure you know you're just junior level student, so I'm sure you have written report before. Now, the other 20% of your grade comes from self-contribution. What do I mean by self-contribution? I mean that you're writing a report on evolving organization. Like I have formed 3 companies in the past. So if I'm writing a report, I can share my personal information. If you go read about my background, and you can see right now I'm president of this organization that I founded a few years ago. This is my 3rd company. So if I'm writing a report, 10 comes from other sources, 20 other percent, I can use my own. I can say my personal experience forming 3 companies, these are some of the issues. So in your report, make sure to understand that those 20% is coming from you. Again, I don't give you a lot to do in this class, but I expect quality. So one report, don't give me pages of quality, and I clearly want to know where your contribution is coming, So your own one, your team, you meet 3 or 4 of you, so 20% should be your contribution. What did you understood? What are you giving to knowledge in that field if you're doing any of this topic? Then how do you write your report? That report was a good example of being clean. Make sure you have cover sheet, appropriate heading, introduction, and end with conclusion. You should have appropriate figure and tables, figure 1, figure 2, table 1, table 2, and refer to the tables and figure in body of table, 10 references, and grading rubric. This is what I use to grade you. Originality, good illustration, crisp, sharp lighting, still level. Please do not copy. If you copy, see if it says not copied. If you copy, you're going to get 0 in that section. So do not copy from other sources. Use your own word. Then you make a PowerPoint presentation or video presentation. If you make a video presentation of this, I don't have a sample one to show on this one, but there are some sample one of video presentation from my other classes. If you go on my home page and you go to 608B, for instance, you can see some, and then you go to a student sample work sample, video sample. You can see some of my students put their final project in video. Extremely important for a company. I have a lot of students got job mainly because of some of innovative approach they took to submission of the projects. So it's not required for this class because this is a junior level, but if you do create a video for your final project like they did, you get extra credit. So going back to our class 303, so that's pretty much the component of this class: final project, and exam. Now, there are some contact information of mine, useful link. Maybe you want to look at this thing. You need Adobe Flash Player in order to watch this. So these are some useful link for you. Next section is communication through Moodle. The Moodle is the communication tool for this class. It's a new open system that university is starting recently. As you see, you have the course website that you can always go here, but you mainly use Moodle to turn in your assignment. Weekly agenda. See, this is my this class doesn't have a weekly agenda, but I might send you reminder. So like say, okay, your audio lecture is due, video lecture, or so. You always look at this weekly agenda or reminder. Course syllabus, again, you can see it here. It was on course website. Now, questions. Any question you have the class, you can ask here. Click here and you ask your question. And I advise you to read other student, my reply to other student. You can ask each other question too, but I don't think you're going to have a lot of issue after listening to this lecture. But you can also use this to find your teammate. So this is ask question, finding your teammate, final project, and so forth. Now assignment. Remember, there is 5 components to this class. Audio lecture summary. Very straightforward. It tells you on due date when I think it's week 8. So after you listen to all those 6, you come back here, put them in one file and upload it. I grade them and I show you where you see your grade. How do you turn this assignment? Is use your innovation. Make it easy. Use key point, but there is no format. Then it lets you to have a single file, so you have to put all those summaries into one. Then Video lecture, you see here, final project, you upload it here, final project presentation here, final exam. Now, important, final exam, you gotta take it here. And last week, I give you 3 or 4 hours. I make the last hour if you have any problem. It's very straightforward, but if you have not taken exam on Moodle, make sure you save your screen. I make myself available during final exam. There is no excuse if you come and say, oh, my system shut down, the electricity doesn't go out in California, often you know. So make sure your computer is plugged in. I probably have the exam on weekend because it's online class, so I can't give it in weekdays. You may be saying you're working, so I'll find the time that is working for everybody. But I make myself, if you have any problem, call me. So you should not have any problem. Just answer, click true, false, multiple choice, and you can see the result right after that. Technology at best. Then seeing your grade, you can, if I turn my role to student, this is what screen you would see. So you can see your grade as you go. Isn't it very neat? So see, you see audio lecture, after you turn it in and a grade, you can see your grade here, your lecture final. So you don't have any excuse at the what is my grade? So you can see all your grade. After you take your exam, automatically you're gonna see result of your exam. So that's pretty much it. That's the course in a nutshell. I hope you really enjoy it and be as enthusiastic about the class as I was to develop this class for you. I hope this becomes one of the most innovative, fun, interesting classes you have taken. And remember, the destination is not important, it's the journey. So happy journey in this class, have fun, and good luck. Thank you.